You are already enough. Not as a compliment, not as a motivational trick, but as a simple fact you can check for yourself. The trouble is that most of the time we're busy improving a character in a story and almost never notice the one who is aware of the story. We paint the mask, repair the costume, rewrite the lines while the stage itself, the clear space of awareness, is left out of the conversation. Today, we won't trade beliefs. We will look directly and see what changes when attention turns from the image of me to the one who is seeing that image right now. Most self-fixing is like renovating a house you don't actually live in. New rules, new shelves, new lists. You can work on the house forever and never feel at home. When you live as the mask, your day revolves around getting fixed. More proof, more approval, more techniques, more before and after stories. It never quiets the hunger, it feeds it. So the real question is not how to fix the mask faster. The real question is, who is the one that knows the mask? Right now, let the eyes rest on whatever is in front of you. Colours, shapes, the surface of the nearest object. Now let attention gently reverse. Instead of only looking outward, notice the one who is looking. At zero distance, here where you expect a face, what do you actually find? A thing with an edge? Or an open capacity in which sights, sounds, sensations and thoughts are appearing by themselves? You don't need to manufacture this. Seeing is already happening. Let that be obvious. From this angle, self-repair looks different. You can repair a thing, but here, at zero distance, you are not a thing. You are the open capacity that knows things. Moods come and go. Opinions rise and fade. A thought about being broken can appear, and then it disappears. Shame can appear, and it disappears. They appear in you like weather in a wide sky. The sky does not tear when the wind gusts. It allows, and it stays whole. A common fear says, if I stop fixing myself, I'll become lazy. That fear confuses action with the anxiety that used to drive it. Action from lack is tight, noisy, dramatic. Action from clarity is simple, proportionate, and kind. You can still learn, train, apologize, repair what you can. What falls away is the old contract. Until I improve, I'm not allowed to exist. You are not giving up responsibility. You are giving up the habit of treating your being as a problem to be solved. Notice how two motivations feel in the body. I must prove I'm normal is heavy and sticky. It pulls your shoulders up and narrows your eyes. I want to do this well is clean. It moves without bargaining. One stance feeds the mask. The other springs naturally from quiet. The difference is not abstract. It shows up in your muscles, in your breath, in the tone of your voice. Try a simple pointing experiment. Lift a finger and point at something in front of you. Your finger clearly points at a thing, a wall, a screen, a cup. Now slowly turn the finger around and point toward the one who is seeing all of this. In that direction, what do you actually see? Do you find a visible face, or the same open capacity that effortlessly contains finger, room, and thought? You don't need a special state to sense this. It's the most ordinary fact. Objects are there. Here is open knowing. If there is no object here to patch, who exactly is defective? A thought says I am, and that thought is seen. A wave of feeling says I am, and that wave is seen. They rise in you and pass. The work is not to argue with the waves. The work is to recognize the ocean. Another objection says, if I'm already enough, why have goals? Goals remain, but they move to a different shelf. They are no longer payment for permission to exist. They become play, expression, care. You don't run to become someone. You move because moving is fitting, kind, or beautiful in this moment. The calendar may look the same. The quality is different. The aftertaste is different. Here is a small parable. A boy keeps repairing the moon in his drawing, adding pieces to make it whole. Then he looks out the window. The drawing stops being a problem. The moon never needed fixing. Our self-projects are drawings. Looking out the window is returning to direct seeing. Use a short practical routine during the day. Choose anything that is present. A thought, a feeling, a sound. Quietly label it. Object. Then ask, who knows this object? Do not answer with words. Let the attention shift from the object to the simple fact of knowing. Rest there. This takes a few breaths, not an hour. It is a quick turn home that you can repeat in a line at the store, at your desk, before sleep. When you stop fighting yourself, the body is the first to exhale. Belly softer, eyes wider, shoulders lower. You are not abandoning action, you are abandoning tightness as the price of action. The strange effect is that things get done more cleanly. You still meet deadlines, refine drafts, and ship the work, but your nervous system is no longer the fee you pay for admission. Relationships shift too. The less you fix the mask, the closer real people can come. Not everyone ties held together by mutual control will loosen. But simple meetings appear. No role of the improved one, no role of the fixer. Nothing to perform, nothing to purchase. Conversation without a contract. The affection becomes lighter. The boundaries become clearer. The guilt for having boundaries fades because boundaries no longer guard a fragile mask. They serve a sane life. The world sells self-projects because they sell. Courses, lists, promises. Tools can help, and some will. The question is always about the starting point. If the start is, something is wrong with me, even good practices get poisoned. If the start is open seeing, any tool becomes lighter, cleaner, kinder. Before you buy a method, pause and ask, does this method require me to believe I am broken in order to use it? If yes, breathe. Return to zero distance. Then choose. Practice two-way seeing as you move through the day. Let the eyes meet the world faces, trees, screens, streets. At the same time, let attention relax into the openness here. Two directions at once. The world in you, you in no box. Walking happens in you. Seeing happens by itself. You don't have to hold this. You notice it, and it holds you. What about real flaws? Of course we have clumsy skills and habits. Improve them. Speak more carefully. Keep your promises. Repair what you can. But do not convert skill deficits into identity. Fix the bicycle because the tire is flat, not because you are unworthy until it rolls. Fix the conversation because a sentence was careless, not because your being is on trial. What about guilt? Guilt is care trapped in a story. If you hurt someone, apologize, repair, do not hide. That is clean. What is not clean is building an identity out of guilt and wearing it to every room. Fix the situation. Let the story dissolve. The people around you can feel the difference between shame that performs and clarity that serves. Try the mirror. Look at your reflection. There is a face, the one others see. Now notice again the openness here that sees the face. Both truths are valid. To the world, you are a face and a history. To yourself, at zero distance, you are clear seeing. When both truths are held, the tightness drops. You no longer need the mirror to tell you who you are, and you no longer need to fight it. Choose one ordinary task today and do it as expression rather than payment. Wash a cup. Answer a message. Walk to the corner and back. Notice how the movement changes when you do not have to be someone while doing it. Notice how the mind quiets when no one is bargaining for worth in every small action. Watch for 3 frequent traps. First, proving. Trying to prove to others that you are already enough is still bargaining. You don't need it. Second, quiet pride. I'm above masks. That is a mask. Smile at it and let it go. Third, experience hunting. If I am enough, I should feel amazing all the time. Experience will rise and fall. Weather changes. The sky remains. When the old wave returns, I'm broken, or I must fix myself now, do not argue. Label object. Ask who knows this. Return attention home. Do one precise practical step you were avoiding. Send the message. Tidy the corner. Drink water. Do not add a chapter about failure. Waves pass. Seeing stays. Notice how work and creativity feel without the transaction of worth. You still show up. You still deliver. You still refine. But the tone changes from desperate performance to clean participation. Discipline changes flavour too. Discipline from lack says, do this or you are nobody. Discipline from clarity says, do this because it is kind to your future self and others. Same calendar block, different aftertaste. Sit for a minute and feel the breath. On each exhale, let the body drop a degree. Brow, jaw, shoulders. On each inhale, notice the same open space you are breathing in, the capacity that holds sounds and sights and thoughts without strain. There is no special state to achieve. It is this ordinary seeing, unchanged by the weather of the mind. As you stop performing for approval, distance often appears on its own. Not drama, just space. Some people will call you distant because you no longer send the old signals. It is not rejection. It is a change in what you are willing to trade. True friendship becomes quieter, simpler, rarer, built not on matching illusions, but on mutual recognition. From the outside, this can look like withdrawal. Inside, it feels like settling into something honest and substantial. You still welcome connection when it grows naturally without performance. You have not grown cold. You have grown undependent. You will keep encountering offers to fix you. Some will be helpful skills, therapy, health. Take what truly helps, but start from being rather than lack. If a method tries to put your worth on layaway, pause. Turn back to the one who is aware. Buy the tool if it serves your life, not your insecurity. Listen to the nearest sound. Label it object. Notice the silent capacity in which the sound appears. Silence does not improve the capacity. Noise does not damage it. The capacity allows both. This is you at zero distance, open, simple, here before every opinion and after every mood. Redefine success. Success is not a mask without cracks. Success is when the mask is no longer mistaken for a face. Then haircuts, jobs, even countries can change without the fear that you will vanish with them. Life becomes practical again, ordinary and kind. You still care. You still correct mistakes. But you do not mortgage your being in order to do it. Practice accountability without self-hate. If you break something, own it, repair it, and learn. That is strong and clean. Shame tries to be moral fuel, but it burns dirty and fills the room with smoke. Clarity is quieter and carries farther over time. Use a short inner dialogue when the old voice appears. Fix yourself, then you can rest. Answer: I will fix the situation that needs repair. I will not make my being the problem. Then do the next simple step. Wash the cup, send the message, apologize, move on. As you walk, let eyes meet the world and let attention relax into the openness here. The body moves, the sky does not. Hold both movement and openness. This is not escape from reality. It is meeting reality without the extra weight of the mask. Bills still get paid, calls still get returned. But the tone of action changes. Less explanation, more presence, less bargaining, more straightforward yes and no. Notice 3 markers that you are grounding in being. There is less self-insult in your thoughts. There is less comparing your life to other people's highlight reels. There are more straightforward decisions with smaller afterstorms. None of these require a special mood. They grow naturally when you stop treating yourself as a project and start noticing yourself as capacity. You will slip back, everyone does. When you notice you are bargaining for worth again, good. Noticing is clarity. Label object. Ask, who knows this? Return home. Do one small exact thing that needs doing. Begin again, lightly. You don't need the world to change to be whole. You don't need agreement to be clear. You don't need validation to know who you are. Carry a simple daily card. Label, object, ask, who knows it? Rest, 3 breaths as open capacity. Use it in a meeting, in a queue, on your pillow. Let this be ordinary, let it be small. The power of it is in the repetition, not the drama. You are not a project. You are the space in which projects appear and end. When this is recognized, self-improvement becomes ordinary care, for things, for people, for this body. What used to be payment for permission to exist becomes expression of the fact that you already do. When the impulse to fix yourself returns, check first. Is there a real situation to repair? Then repair it. Or is it only a thought about me that wants polishing? Turn back to the one who knows the thought. From here, actions become simpler. Explanations grow shorter, and life grows practical again. Walk gently. Let the space that honesty opens be more precious than the closeness illusion demands. From that space, do what is kind and proportionate. That is always enough.